Advaita Sadasman Bhakti Vidhan Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnava ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Thakur ki Jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivacharya Gaur Bhakti Vrinda ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gaur Krishna Sam Radha Kundi ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Navadvip Dham ki Jai. Ganga Mai ki Jai. Yamuna Mai ki Jai. Tulsi Devi ki Jai. Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Navadvip Bhakti Vrinda ki Jai. All glories to Krishna. All glories to Krishna. All glories to Krishna. Thank you very much.
Iti mam yo abhijanati karmabhir na sa badhyate namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spriha iti mam yo bhijanati karma birna sabhadyate namam karmani limpanti nami karma phale spriha iti mam yo bhijanati karma birna sabhadyate namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spriha iti mam yo bhijanati karma bhirna sabhadyate
namam karmani
Name karma phalespriya iti mang jo abhijanati karma bhi nasabhaktate. So in another place, Krishna says, Janma karma me dibbam, jo janati tattva. Karma, every living entity is bound up by the resultant action of his own karma. But Krishna is not like that. In the English constitutional law, it is said that the king can do no wrong. King can order punishment for the criminal, but the king is never criminal. King cannot be punished. Your President Nixon is fighting on this point. Although people want to impeach him, he is fighting on this point that I am not wrong. Actually, that much facilities must be given to the head executive. If he becomes under the laws, then his position is not exalted. That is the principle of accepting the highest order of life. So, in the material condition, that is not applicable perfectly. But so far the spiritual condition is concerned, God must be given full freedom. Otherwise there is no meaning of God. If God is also under your laws, sometimes why God has done like this? They inquire like that. This question sometimes. Why God has put us into this condition? These are foolish questions, but the real conception of God is that He is free to do anything, whatever He likes. You cannot say why God will do this, will do not that. No, that is not the conception of God. So here Krishna says, Name karma phales priha. He is Atmaram. Atmaram. Atmaram means he is fully satisfied in himself. And he can create so many things. He is creator. So there is no question of desiring something. He can do anything, whatever he likes. But that will be explained. He sets example. Just like in the previous verse we have already discussed. Chaturvarnam maya system gunakarma vibhagasa. Tasya kartaram api imang vidhi akartaram abbayam. Although he has set up the principle of varnashram dharma, but he is not within the varnashram dharma. Just like Krishna takes the incarnation of becoming a pig, but that does not mean he is a pig. Ordinary conception of pig we have got, or he takes the incarnation of a fish, but that does not mean he is ordinary fish. Similarly, he comes here as a human being, as son of Nanda Maharaj, or husband of Rukmini, or son of Vasudev. But actually, he is nobody's son. He is everybody's father. He is the origin. Nobody can be cause of his creation. This idea should be understood. And if anyone understands that Krishna or God is not under any rules and regulations and laws of this material world, then he understands Krishna perfectly. Just like Krishna performed the Rasa dance at the midnight, many young girls came by hearing his flute and he danced with them. This is, from Vedic standard, it is not very moral, because at dead of night with others' wives or sisters or daughters to dance, Krishna was young, that is not very a good example from Vedic principle. But he did it. And that is the highest understanding of Krishna consciousness. Gopi rasamritabdhi lahari kallul magnaun moho. All the Goswami, even Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was a sannyasi. He was very strict about women. no woman could come near Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a sannyasi. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended Ramma Kachid Upasana Brajavadhu Varga Bhija Kalvita. There is no better method of worship in Krishna than the method conceived by the gopis. And the Goswamis also, Srila Rupa Goswami, Bande Srila Rupa Sanatana Ragajugau, Sri Jiva Gopalako, the 6 Goswamis, they gave up their material opulence. Takta tur namasesa mandalapati saning sada tucham. They gave up their ministers of the government, very exalted position. Their associates were most aristocratic persons, but he gave up everything. Takta turnam asesha mandalapati sani. Mandalapati means leaders of the society, big men, jamindars, or government officers. So he gave up, tuchavad, considering them most insignificant. Takta turnamase samandalapati saning sada tuchavad bhutva dina ganeshako karunanga. They gave up their opulent family. He was also belonging to the aristocratic family. He gave up and became a mendicant, beggar, madhukuri. They are asking one chapati from one grihastha. They would not accept 3 or 4 chapatis at a place, only half, one, like that, or in this way. So much in the renounced order of life, but they lived how? Gopi rasamrita dilahari kallola magnun moho. They're always thinking of the gopis dealing with Krishna. So, from this standpoint of view, the dealings of the gopis with Krishna, that is not this ordinary human dealing. That is all spiritual. Without understanding the spiritual platform of Krishna and the gopis, nobody try to understand it. Then they will be misled. So, therefore Krishna says, people may not be misled. Sometimes he is seen to be acting against the social laws. Therefore Krishna warns, namang karmani limpanti. These social, political or religious laws do not apply to me. Namang karmani limpanti. This question was raised by Parikshit Maharaj when Sukdev Goswami described the Rasa Leela. So, Krishna appeared on this material world, dharma samsthapanarthaya, paritranaya sadhunam dharma samsthapanarthaya. So, why he violated these rules of dharma? Violation, because according to Vedic civilization, nobody can mix with others' wife or other woman. Even in moral principle, as Chanakya Pandit says, Matrivat Paradareshu, all women should be treated just like mother. not like the present society. Formerly, every woman should be addressed as mother, Mataji. And now they have invented Bahinji. No. Woman should be addressed as mother. Matrivat Paradarish. So, this question was put forward by Parikshit Maharaj before Sukadeva Goswami, how Krishna danced with others, wife and sister, like that. This is against principle of dharma. So, just to clear the position of Krishna, Krishna is personally saying also, and this is confirmed by Sukadeva Goswami, the Tejiya Sangana Dosha. Krishna cannot be polluted, because by chanting Krishna's name one becomes purified. How Krishna can be polluted? If by chanting Chetadarpana Marjanam, Param Vijayati Krishna, Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, and in another place, Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vijayati. Simply by chanting the holy name of Krishna, one becomes freed from all sinful activities. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya, especially. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya, Mukta Sangha. He becomes free from all contamination. In material world, we are simply becoming contaminated. Therefore, karmani limpanti. We are becoming entangled by the reaction of our karma. Karmana daivanetrena jantar deha upapatti. By karma, the jantu, mean living entity, is getting different types of body, one after another. In this way, he is wandering 8,400,000 forms of body. This is karma. Therefore, to the living entities, as we are bound up by the laws of karma. But Krishna is not like that. Namang karmani limpanti. This is to be understood. Unless we understand Krishna, that he is not bound up by the material laws, then we do not understand Krishna. And if anyone understands it perfectly, then what is the result? The result is itimang jo vijananti karma bhi nasabadhati. If one understands clearly that Krishna is not under any material laws, then he also becomes not bound up by any material laws. Simply by knowing it. Karmani nirdahati cha bhakti bhajam. In the Brahma Sutra it is said, Brahma Samhita, Justindra gopa mathavendra maho sakarma. Indra Gop and the king Indra, both are named as Indra. Just to Indra Gopa, Atha, Maha Indra, Sakarma Phalabhuk. Everyone is enjoying the resultant action of his karma. Justindra Gopa Mathavendra Maho Sakarma Bandharu Rupa Phalabhajana Matanuti. Everyone is enjoying or suffering the resultant action of his karma. Sakarma phala bhuk. But karmani niddhati kintu cha bhakti bhajang. But one who is in the devotional service, although he has to suffer the resultant action of his past karma, but that is reduced to the minimum. Karmani nirdahati, or practically no. For whom? Bhakti bhajam, those who are devotees. They are devotees. So, who can understand Krishna is not under the laws of any material nature. Only the bhaktas. Bhaktas can understand. Who can understand Krishna? Bhakta mam abhijanati. Only the bhaktas can understand. Therefore Bhagavad Gita has spoken to Arjuna, Bhaktosi, you are my devotee. So, Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's attributes, Krishna's pastimes, they can be understood by the bhaktas only, not the non-devotees. Non-devotees cannot understand that namam karmani, this process, the Krishna is not bound up by any material laws. The example is given by Shukadeva Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit, Tejiyasang na Gosaya. Tejiyasang, just like the sun. The sun is evaporating the urine from the street. But that does not mean sun is infected. Although sun is evaporating the urine, the stool, or any contaminated place, rather his sun is sterilizing that process. This is practical. If sunshine is anywhere, in the most contaminated place, the sun does not become contaminated, but the place becomes purified. Is it not a fact? Similarly, Krishna was very beautiful. The gopis became attracted with Krishna, as it is natural. A young boy is attracted with a young woman, or a young girl is attracted. That is natural. Jupati nang jatha jun. It is natural. So the gopis, they were attracted by Krishna's beauty, and therefore they went to Krishna. But the result was that the gopis became purified, Krishna remained uncontaminated. This is understanding of Krishna. Somewhere or other, if one reaches Krishna, he becomes kamat, krodhat, bhayat, either by lusty desire or by anger or bhaya, there's a Kansa. Kansa was always thinking of Krishna. That Krishna is coming. So, how shall I kill him? How shall I kill him? Bhaya, out of fear. So he also got salvation. Krishna killed him, he got salvation. The gopis approached Krishna out of lusty desire, but they became purified. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Ramma kachi dupasana brajavadhu varga bija kalvi. So, even one approaches Krishna with impurity, he becomes purified. Now Krishna does not become impure. Don't think like that. Therefore Krishna says, Kiprang bhavati dharmatma sasat shanti nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranasati. So somehow or other approach Krishna. Then your life is perfect. Krishna does not become imperfect. Krishna is always. Then in the Ishopanishad, apapa viddham, description of God is there. Apapa viddham, where Krishna or the Lord is never contaminated by any so-called For him, there is nothing sinful. This is understanding of Krishna. Namang karmani limpanti. Why he should be? Therefore, if anyone understands, studies Krishna perfectly, about his activities, about his birth, about his name, about his form, anything. He has got everything like us. He has got his form, he has got his activities, he has got his attributes, everything is there. But they are transcendental. Therefore his name is Satchidananda Vigraha. Ishara Parama Krishna, Satchidananda Vigraha. His Vigraha is Satchidananda. His Vigraha is not like us. The Mayavadi is the mistake. Therefore they imitate Krishna. The rascal Mayavadi, they imitate Krishna. I am Krishna. I can play flute like him. I become Krishna by playing flute. These are rascals. Krishna's Vigraha is different. You cannot imitate Krishna. Even if you imitate, that does not mean you become Krishna. This is rascal. Krishna is not namang karmani limpati. Therefore Krishna says, the janma karma me dibbam. That is all transcendental. Krishna's body, just like Satchidananda Vigraha. Krishna's body is eternal. My body is not eternal. So how can I imitate Krishna? Krishna's body is eternal, Sat. Krishna's body is full of knowledge. And I am full of ignorance, my body. I do not know if there is some disease in the finger. But just like the other day, there was some trouble. Now automatically the skin is being purified. So I do not know how it is being done. Therefore, full of ignorance. But Krishna is not like that. Sat Chit. Chit means knowledge. He knows everything, not only himself, he knows everything. Vedahang samiti tani. Krishna says, I know everything. In the Bhagavatam, it says, Janmadasya annayat itaratascha artheshu abhigya. Krishna knows everything. But I do not know. I do not know how many hairs are here. And still I am claiming I am Krishna. So, do not compare Krishna with any human body. That is great offense. To think of Krishna as ordinary human being and as equal, or a human being is Krishna, these are two things are offensive. Aparad. Mayavadi hoy Krishna aparad. That is the statement of Sri Chaitanya. Mayavadi, those who think that Krishna is like us, Mayavadi, they are aparadi, they are offended to Krishna. They are punishable. They are punishable, offended. Therefore we should rightly understand Krishna. His activities we should not imitate. Krishna's activities are worshipable. We cannot imitate Krishna's activities. Janma karma, his activities are transcendent. You cannot. How you can imitate? Can you imitate to lift a mountain as Krishna did? You can imitate falsely Krishna's last Srila. That is very easy. But can you imitate Krishna to lift up the mountain? Then how you are Krishna, equal with Krishna? This is all rascal. Krishna is Satchidananda Vigraha and you have got this rotten material body. Therefore cannot be compared with Krishna. This rotten material body is subjected to the material laws. But Krishna is not under the material laws. That is real understanding of Krishna. Janma. And if you really understand, that is stated here, itimang jo vijanati. In this way, if one understands Krishna, karma bhi nasabaddhati, he does not become entangled with the karma. In another place it is also confirmed, janma karma me dibbam, jujanati tattva. If one understands Krishna's activities, Krishna's birth, and Krishna's form, Krishna's attribute, if one can understand tattva, in truth, not by mental speculation, in truth, as it is, then what happens? Takta deham punarjanmanaiti. He does not get any more material body after leaving this body. So try to understand Krishna on this principle as Krishna says. Don't imagine, don't speculate. Then your life will be perfect. Thank you very much.
There is one sloka which describes that Maharaj Yudhishthira and his younger brothers all attained the spiritual world in the self-same body. Does this mean that they had their spiritual bodies while they were on the earth?
Yes, that is possible. They went to heaven, heavenly planet. No? No, where? Where it is?
Bhagavatam, you described they gone to Krishna Loka planet.
So that's all right. But not this body, the spiritual body.
Your lecture, you quoted Chanakya Pandit, that a man must see every woman other than his own wife, his mother. How should a woman see other men?
As son.
That was my idea.
Yeah. If I see woman as mother, she must see me as son, that's all. That is the system. The brahmachari, the sannyasi go to beg alms from door to door. Mother, give me some bhiksha, alms. And it is the duty of the grihastha to treat brahmachari and sannyasi as their son, as they maintain their children with food, shelter, cloth. Similarly, the brahmacharis and sannyasis, they are dependent on the society. They should be treated as the sons of the society. And they must supply their necessities, bare necessities. The sannyasi brahmachari does not want more than what they need. They should not collect more than what they need. Bhikha nirvah, not collect more and enjoy as others cost. No, that is not the business of sannyasi. They can collect so much as they need, that's all.
When you dress the woman, you use the word Mataji. Is that the right proper word for it?
Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah, that is. Mother. All right, chant.
Hare Krishna. What was that English constitutional law that Prabhupada quoted in the beginning of the lecture? And why did he quote it? He gave some examples also. Some example. Yes.
So that line was King can do no wrong. And Prabhupada was explaining that Krishna is above the material modes. So God have to be above the three laws of nature, then how he can be God?
Krishna is beyond resultant action of his own karma. He is not bound up by the resultant action of his own karma. And whose example did he give? Example?
King example and President Nixon.
Haribo. When is there no meaning to the word God? Mataji's want, they can also answer. Raise your hand. Yes.
If you think that God is not free, then there is no meaning to the God. The word God means that He is free, He is independent to do anything.
He must be given full freedom. Haribo. What is not the conception of God? That means what should not be the conception of God? Yes.
He is not order supplier.
Something more? Okay.
That God is under the material laws. He is also bound by the material laws.
Two things in one sense. Yes, you want to? Same. Yes. Sachindan Mohan.
Why God is doing like this, or why God has done something to my life? Why God does like this?
Okay. Here, Prabhu.
I don't know whether it comes here. Two things Prabhupada says, we should not make, we should not think God as ordinary human being or not place ordinary
That
human
is
being.
other place. Not so big, so much in the beginning of the lecture. That same, eh? Okay. Kadam Ganam.
Name karmani limpante, name karma phalaspraya.
No, in English. In English.
That I am not bound by any karmic fruits of this.
No. What is not the conception of God is the question. Why God will do this and God will not do that? This is not the conception of the Lord. You cannot say that God will do it this way. You cannot put him in your square box. He is outside of it. No laws, nothing binds him. He can do anything and everything. But we put our impositions on the Lord. God cannot do this and He cannot do that. When Krishna said that Name Karma Phale Spruha, Prabhupada gave one name of the Lord, one Sanskrit term, and what is the meaning of it? You wish to?
Atma Rama, he is fully satisfied in himself.
Haribo! He is the creator, he can create so many things. So there is no question of desiring something. He can do anything, whatever he likes. Prabhupada said Krishna has set up the principle of Varnashram Dharma, but what? And he gave some examples also. Yes.
Prabhupada said that Krishna said the Varnashram Dharma, but he does not come under the Varnashram laws. He gave the example that Lord took the form of a fish. He took the form of a boar, but it does not mean that he becomes that. He is not ordinary fish. He is beyond that.
Haribo! Similarly, he becomes the son of Nanda Maharaj, husband of Rukmini, and son of Vasudeva. But actually, he is nobody's son. He is everybody's father. Who understands Krishna perfectly? Or which understanding makes one perfect? Same thing, rather. There's that boy is raising hand. Something more. You are correct, but still. Yes, bro. Behind. You are that devotee. You understood correctly.
When one knows he is God and beyond rules and regulations.
That is not under rules and regulations and laws of this material world. Haribo! What example did he give? If you are able to remember here in this context. Yes, Himangal Darpu.
What Lord's dealing with gopis? Raslila.
Rasa dance. Haribo! Then Prabhupada said that is the highest understanding of Krishna consciousness. Then he quoted some line of some Vaishnava song. And whom did he quote? What did he say? Yes, Abhishek Prabhu.
Prabhu was saying that Gopir Bhav Rasamrita Abdullah Hari Kallola Magna Mohor about Goswamis who left everything, and they were highest of renunciants. They left everything just to be in the consciousness of like always they're in consciousness. They're thinking of gopis in separation of Krishna, and gopis.
Speak little loudly.
Gopis in separation of Krishna. They are always thinking of that. And also he quoted about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is also saying
Chaitanya
that
Mahaprabhu was a sannyasi, but he recommended
Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadho. That is the highest worship, like that.
The way the gopis did. Haribo! What more, how more, in what different ways Prabhupada glorified the Goswamis? Some more line. Yes.
Prabhupada told that they were mandalpatis and they had big, they were like big zamindars and big men, but they gave up everything just to meditate on these pastimes.
Just to maintain on chapati. They would only beg one chapati from one grahastha. Not 3-4 from one grahastha only. Haribo! Fill in the blank. These dash, dash or dash do not apply to Krishna.
Social, political and religious.
Haribo! Social, political or religious laws do not apply to Krishna. Prabhupada quoted one moral principle. What was the moral principle? Whose was it? And what is the, what you call, perverted application of it? Vitthal Vishnu Guru.
It is told by Chanakya Pandit, Matravat Paradarishu. So it means we should consider all women as our one's mother, but its perverted application in today's world is they invented Bahinji, not Mataji.
Yes, women should be addressed as mother, not Bahinji. Haribo! What was the question put forward by Parikshit Maharaj? And how did Prabhupada answer it? Yes.
Parikshit Maharaj asked that Krishna came to establish the dharma, then how he is breaking that dharma, dancing with girls.
Why?
So why he is breaking the rules of dharma, like dancing with girls? So then Prabhupada gave the answer that because
dancing with girls, rather dancing with others' wives and sisters.
Sisters and daughters.
And Prabhupada?
Then Prabhupada gave the answer that he is all pure. He cannot get contaminated. He quoted one verse also that I don't remember.
What is that? 3 words only. Teji asam na doshaya.
Then Prabhupada gave the example that like sun, he cannot be contaminated. He absorbs all the impure things, but he cannot be contaminated.
There in this context that is true, that comes little later, but here Prabhupada said Krishna cannot be polluted because by chanting Krishna's name one becomes purified. Now how can Krishna be polluted? Chetodarpana mahajanam param vijayate kirtana deva krishnasya mukta sangha param vrajetu. Haribo! If one understands Krishna perfectly, according to this verse, then what is the result? Yes.
one will be above the laws of material nature.
He will not be bound up by the any material laws. Haribo. That itimam yo abhijanati karma bhir nasabadhyate. And then Prabhupada also quoted karmani nirdhati kintu cha bhakti valam. Prabhupada said everyone is enjoying or suffering the resultant action of his karma. Then he quoted some few words, Sanskrit, maybe 4 words. Anybody remembers? I don't know where is it quoted from. No reference was given, but he quoted. Same thing in Sanskrit. Everyone is enjoying and suffering the resultant action of his karma. No? Swa karma phal bhuk. Swa, one's own karma, activity, phal, result, bhuk. One has to enjoy or suffer. I don't know where is that reference, but somewhere he quoted. What can be understood by the bhaktas only and not the non-devotees? Few things Prabhupada quoted. Okay, Antadip.
Spoke it in English, Namrup Gun Lila basically. Krishna's name,
Krishna's name,
form, Krishna's attributes and Krishna's
pastimes. Haribo. Then Prabhupada quoted Teji Assam. So what did he speak of Krishna in this context? What Teji Assam? Yes, Arjuneshwar.
Tejashamna dosa means the powerful personality, he cannot be contaminated. So then Prabhupada said that Gopi came with a desire because she was very beautiful. So they got attracted. But Krishna did not become contaminated and Gopi became purified.
Haribo. What is the approach towards Krishna that will purify one? He gave some examples. Yes, Rajasundar Madhav.
One can approach Krishna by lusty desires, or one can approach Krishna by fear, or one can approach Krishna by anger.
By?
Anger.
Anger.
By these 3 ways, they will be get purified.
Even if one approaches Krishna with impurity, he will become
will
purified. What examples did he give?
For lusty desires, gopis he gave. For fear, Kamsa he gave.
And for anger that you quoted, you only give example. Prabhupada did not. Haribo. Then he said Krishna does not become impure, for which he gave 2 verses. One full and one short. And from where also, if possible, you could tell. Antadipru.
Papa with them, he quoted from Ishopanishad.
Meaning?
That means he is not contaminated by any papa.
And?
He remains. And then he was Satchidananda Vigraha.
No, this is before even apap with them he quoted. Shipram hi bhavati dharmatma shashvachantim nigachati kaunteya pratijani name bhaktan. So devotee of the Lord who continues despite his fall down and drawbacks, he continues, then very soon he becomes righteous again. So Krishna does not become impure, because even his impure devotee also, impure means somehow accidental fall down, he also by continuing with devotional service, he also very soon becomes righteous. Haribo. Then Prabhupada quoted that, but already the answer is out. Why his name is Satchidananda? Why? Yes.
Because he's Sat, his body is eternal. The ordinary living being's body is not eternal. He's Chit, he's full of knowledge. Knowledge, he knows direct knowledge and indirect knowledge. Abhigya Swarat. that part. But we don't have the knowledge, even our finger gets, what happened to our finger.
You're leaking out all the answers, future answers. In this context here, Prabhupada said, I will only tell, because it is a little difficult to where Prabhupada said what. So he said, if anyone understands, studies Krishna perfectly, about his activities, about his birth, about his name, about his form, anything. He has got everything like us. He has got his form, he has got his activities, he has got his attributes. Everything is there, but they are all transcendental. Therefore, his name is Satchidananda Vigraha. Hari Bol. So Prabhupada quoted Satchidananda, Krishna's Satchidananda, and about my body. So why my body is full of ignorance? How is it so? Yes, Imang Aldur.
Srila Prabhupada was saying that we don't know how much hairs are there in our body. When we become diseased, we don't know even the disease also, or what is the cause of the disease. So we are very ignorant, but Krishna is full of knowledge.
Haribo. What all Krishna knows, which we don't know in one sense, so that's why we should not be claiming that I am Krishna. He quoted some Sanskrit lines from scriptures also, yes.
Krishna knows everything. Vedaham samatityani, he quotes that, and janmadi asyata anvayad itaratasta abhigya swarat. So that abhigya, itarata, indirect also and direct also, he knows both.
Yes.
So that is
He, Krishna
Veda.
does not only know himself, but he knows everything. Haribo. Prabhupada said, how many things are offensive and which are they? Yes, bro.
Two things are offensive. As Mayavadis think that they are humans as a god, I mean humans are as a Krishna, and thinking Krishna as a human being, these two are offensive things.
Again, state.
Thinking Krishna as a human being and thinking ourselves as a Krishna.
To think of Krishna as ordinary human being and as equal or human being is Krishna. These two are offensive. Haribo. Who made one comment about Mayavadis? Who is the one and what is the comment? In this context only. About Mayavadis. Yes, Abhishek bro.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's comment, Mayavadi, Krishna Aparadi.
Meaning?
Mayavadis, they are offenders. They are the offender to Krishna.
Haribo. What we may be able to imitate of Krishna and what we will not be. Yes, Ashok Prabhu.
Krishna, yeah, here Prabhupada said that the Ras, performing the Ras Leela as the Lord did, it is easy for us, but lifting a Govardhan as the Lord did, it is difficult for us.
So you can imitate falsely Krishna's Ras Leela. Means we should not imitate, but falsely people are able to imitate, but nobody can imitate Krishna by lifting mountain. Haribo. What was the conclusion of the lecture? Though afterwards there was a question answer session. How did Prabhupada conclude the lecture? Yes, bro.
Don't imagine, don't speculate.
Achha. Correct. But what to not imagine and what to not speculate? I am speculating about what to not speculate. Yes, Tribangopal.
Understand Krishna in a proper way. Don't speculate or imagine. Then your life will become perfect.
Haribo. Taktvadeham also we quoted. Janma karma cha me divyam. If one understands it, then one will not get material body after leaving this material body. So what was the last in question answer session? So what was that discussion about? Could you summarize? Yes, Raghu Guru Babu.
Brahmanand Prabhu was asking that how the Prabhuji should see, everyone should see woman, man should see woman as Mataji. So how a woman should see the man? So then Prabhupada says as son. So when he is approaching as mother, then obviously the woman will see as son only, like that he says. And
how
then
did he further explain that? Brahmacharis and sannyasis?
Okay. The brahmacharis and sannyasis, they're like sons of the society. So they would go to beg alms, then they'll say, no, mother, please give me some alms, like that. So they are actually maintained by the grihasthas. So they are actually sons of the society. They should be supplied all the necessities, bare necessities, whatever is required. Bare necessities, whatever is required for the brahmacharis and sannyasis.
And they should not?
They should not be accumulating or keeping more, all that.
Enjoying at others' cost.
Others' cost, yeah.
That is not the business of sannyasi. They can collect so much as they need, that's all. Haribo! Jai Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Prabhupada.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी.